normal stuff, but I don't think that any of us are really in the mood to keep it going that long. So I don't have any issue.
You don't have to end the
being
session
I think it-
campaign on this session. You can continue it
Yeah.
as long as
Yeah.
thematically necessary. What's the word?
I think it would be better that way though, because Stu won't be able to make.
That's the
next
biggest
couple
thing.
weeks,
Yeah.
so
Because
that would
there would have to be a huge gulf of time, and I'm not blaming Stu at all, of course, but
Yeah, no,
it
I'm
would
just saying,
be
I
a
think that
reality.
Yeah,
And
I think
I definitely don't want to end it without him. So
Yeah, exactly.
could end today without any issues in terms of my understanding of the plot and the way you guys have set this up. Like you did everything else, and then you went to the castle last with the intention of doing that. You didn't really fuck around in the castle with doing anything else. Like there are some little side quests, little side things you can do here, but you didn't have any real interest in doing that. So because of that, we can just go right to the end.
It was kind of
I have
fortunate.
to-
Go on. Go on.
Okay, I
Ed.
just wanted to say I have to read the module when we're done because it's kind of interesting what you're looking at, and then I've been playing a little game in my head how the book looks like.
Yeah, I definitely want to. After everything ends, I'm not going to spoil everything because people might play the campaign again some other time. Not like everything, but I'm going to go for some basic stuff like that you guys didn't do or did do that was either typical or not. Like if you did something that was in line with what the campaign wanted or like expected, or something that was just completely different. So
Imagine if we just went all financial tycoon and just brought out Barovia financially right from underneath Strahd.
Yeah, you're almost to that point. And the only issue would be if like after you killed Strahd and you got the country, it'd be hard for you guys to like legitimize yourselves as being the rulers compared to other nations, because other nations would then see like a power vacuum, like, oh, this big territory that now we have access to that's on our borders. Like,
I just meant like literally, if that was the approach we did from the start, like literally gained as much money as possible to buy out the entire property of the land.
I mean, even if we bought it out, there's nothing to stop other countries from like invading them and just taking it by force.
Yeah.
It's not like they have huge
Yeah, right.
armies or
This is
anything.
not like a modern economy, right?
It's really up for grabs.
But it would be it'd be funny a way to defeat Strahd all the same. Another way I heard of that it won't happen to us because of just the flow, how we're operating, what we're doing right now, is somebody Strahd had showed up in this is another Strahd campaign that I was watching. Strahd showed up in Argynvost Holt, the dragon guy's house, like big man. And he was just taunting them as he does, fucking with the enemies. And then they attacked him. They got in a little squabble. The DM intended it to be just a skirmish, just a fight that would happen, but he wouldn't die. He would just do a little damage, maybe even take one of them down and then run away, do the normal Strahd stuff. But what happened is I actually managed to get him to like go on the roof of Argynvost Holt, which you remember is like a ruin. It's not. This place is not in great shape. There's lots of holes in the ceilings and stuff that go all the way down. It's easy to get hurt, even if you're strong like him. So what happened is that a goblin character, tackled him and pulled him off down into the building, like down through the roof. But the problem is that Strahd is a vampire, and he was never invited to Argynvost Holt. So when that happened, he just burst into flames and died, and the campaign ended really early. It was very funny, but the players apparently loved it because it was such a
That's perfect.
Yeah, it was a total accident. It wasn't like something that the goblin even thought of. The goblin player even thought of. He said that. He said he didn't think about that. He said he didn't operate from that perspective. He just wanted to bring Strahd down. Yeah, just tackling him. Period. because they were fighting. But no, this just kills Strahd. He's like, oh, okay then.
And everyone lived happy ever after.
Yeah, the campaign ended significantly faster than the DM planned, but everybody liked it. So
Thus, the actual
Well, that would mean,
victors
like-
of that campaign would be the homeowners association, not the heroes.
yeah,
So Baba Yaga would have still been alive, and
Yeah.
she probably would have came and wrecked them.
Yeah, I'm surprised
Yeah.
many campaigns like that don't have like a secondary villain in case they do manage to magically defeat him.
I imagine
defeat
some.
him.
It depends on the players, but yeah, its standard would be once Strahd is down, a lot of stuff happens. Like dead. A lot of stuff happens that kind of makes it hard for there to be more stuff going on in the country. Like the fog goes away, so a lot of people's incentive to stay there would be less, unless they're
Well,
the
sure,
adventuring
but
sorts.
it doesn't have to be that way. Like,
No, I mean, yeah, the
That's
DM could change it that maybe everybody that's associated with it and Strahd's existence has to die, which definitely would
that
include
seems like
Baba.
a really good way to design a D&D adventure. Just have it set up so when your big bad evil guy gets, I don't know, crushed by a gigantic rock from a bag of holding that they fought off, you have another one
Yeah,
ready to go.
he actually normally has a lot of like regenerative abilities, and he's actually pretty hard to kill. It's just that they managed to do something that is a technicality that normally would not happen. Like a DM wouldn't normally put him in that situation. And Strahd knows this too, because the way they role played it out is that Strahd had they talked about Strahd's expression on his face when he got tackled, and he's like laughing to this goblin, thinking that because he's his typical smug self this whole time, thinking he's superior, and he's just he actually is doing a great job. He's kicking their asses, but this goblin just got peak roll. He got really good rolls and really good positioning, and it all just happened to work out. And then at the very end, when Strahd died, it was like his face just totally went over. He's like, "Oh shit, no!" Because then he realized what was going on. Yeah. And this is the moment when he knew. He fucked up.
He really fucked.
Yep. Just gone.
I mean, the nearest thing I've encountered to that in the campaign is someone killed a mid-boss with a single critical hit, rolled 100 on 100 die on the critical roll, and insta-death.
Oh.
Nice. Yeah, that's a thing. I've never seen anything that high. I think I've seen like a 98 or something, and those could be pretty nuts. I think that one then like gives advantage to your entire party for the rest of the fight, and like disadvantage to the enemy that you're attacking. It's like crazy. Oh, that's a couple of Ramsey, a couple little things I wanted to bring up. This hasn't really come up because it really hasn't been necessary. Because a lot of the time the people that are doing the perception checks, this doesn't apply to them. But anyway, normally in D&D, perception checks in dim light situations, you have to do it with disadvantage. And technically, in complete darkness, people with dark vision see the environment in dim light. They don't see it in bright light, like in the terms of mechanically speaking. So technically, everyone that is seeing in dark vision has disadvantage on perception checks unless they use some other form of
So
lighting.
everyone but one is a cheater. Okay.
I mean, maybe. I don't remember. In
Everyone.
retrospect, it's
I have
technically
true sight.
possible. But yeah, your true sight makes things a bit weirder. But in general, it's not something I don't know if it's ever been a problem. I could not say one way or the other. But I just wanted to bring it up in case it comes up here because specifically this is a dungeon area and it's big and dark, so it might come up. But you won right now is a light spell on her, and you have a sword. They're not very often unlit.
What a noise there. Okay. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to ending the campaign, but I wouldn't insist that you end it as quickly as possible in this single session. But for, as you say, Stu's
I'm
benefits,
not going to beeline it. I'm not going to like, it's hour 5, there's a nuke, and we're done. No, it's not going to be anything like that. But I do
Strahd just opens his
to...
jacket and says, "Oh, let me show you my weak points." Oh, how embarrassing!
Yeah, it's not going to be anything like that. If it just happens to work out, like if you guys are really thorough, or another way of putting it, terrible at finding them, then that's just the way it is. And if it takes too long, then it takes too long. And I'll be basing it off of you guys. I can go along. Like I said, I got everything set up so I can do that. And I do expect it to go a little long. I don't know how much. It totally depends on how quickly you find them. This area is kind of big.
Okay.
Not huge, but kind of big. Think Amber Temple.
So
Amber Temple.
Should we make a start now? It's like 25 minutes past.
Yeah, especially when we have people that are time sensitive, like Marcel. I haven't heard anything from Stu yet, but I want to make up. He's not essential right now, but I do want to know if he's here, just for the hell of it. Are you here, Stu?
God, that's so harsh.
Yes. Normally, sometimes he mutes his
Yes,
mic.
I'm here.
Yep. Okay. Just wanted to know you were here or not.
I was walking up the stairs.
No problem. All right. So we won't wait for Mark any longer because we've already waited a bit. So we'll just go right now, and not in the middle of anything terribly important anyway. It's not like Strahd's right in front of us. So let me move you guys back to where we are.
And oh look, Strahd is right in front of us.
No, that would be funny, but no. Where you guys actually are is back in the arena area.
Yeah.
Kind of in front, near the dungeon cellar, like cells where the prisoners are being kept.
Yep.
This is where Strahd will sit with one of his brides and watch people fight to the death against his undead forces. But you guys managed to prevent Esmeralda and Rictavio from dying. It's more that they prevented themselves from dying because they're capable fighters.
Yeah.
For
We had a nice long nap while they were fighting for their lives.
Yeah.
like 13 hours. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
yeah. It was like 13 hours that you guys were just sort of bailed and
You gotta
Rictavio.
be some kind of badass to.
Yeah,
Ugh.
yeah. That's why. The funny thing is that you guys did that. Is that now in retrospect, it really wouldn't have mattered. Petit Bokem and Machan would have been fucked either way.
Yeah, they would have died instantly.
Yeah. Oh, and that too. They would have literally died instantly. Like the damage output there, would have killed Kem outright, Petibo outright, almost Machan outright. I did the math before.
Yeah. So
It would have killed Machan on the second one, but the first poison wave was enough to just kill them instantaneously. Because it does negative their total health, which is instant death. So like Kem has 20 HP, so he took 40. If you take 40 damage, then he instantly dies.
Which
Anyway,
I think we all agree was no one's fault, right?
Yeah, no one's fault at all.
Yeah.
That was just an accident. No big deal. But yeah, here we are. As you guys just healed Esmeralda and Rictavio. Rictavio's looking a little rougher, but not like bad. They're, as you can see by their colors, they are okay. I think you may even be able to see their numbers. I want you to. So let me see if you can.
I can't see
Yeah.
numbers of the other players. I can see the health bars of the other players, but not theirs.
Oh, that's interesting. I want you guys to be able to see each other's numbers. That's not a problem. I can do that.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can totally do that. I can say visible to everyone, and then there. Now everybody can see one's health. Now everybody can see Lucian's health. Yeah, I forgot about this. Actually, technically, this wasn't an option. If you remember, the numbers only got relatively.
Oh, at least I got more health than Darius. Woo.
Yeah, that's not too surprising.
Oh, shit, Stu has such.
I mean,
didn't know
he
you
is a
guys had
BP
such little
wizard.
health. Damn. I thought you guys had more health than that.
No, we're squishy. Anyway.
Who needs health? all about
Well,
positioning.
You say that.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's easy talking from the back.
Yeah, they try to. I usually let them smack me first. Gotcha. So it makes sense.
Yeah, maybe in terms of total hand loss over the course of this campaign, I'm at like 50 or so, which is
I don't
probably.
even know if he's ever knocked unconscious. Darius is definitely the luckiest, but he's also the one furthest in the back. So it's kinda-
Yeah. Except for
Yeah,
when we
usually
got hit by
not.
some poison gas.
Yeah.
Huh?
Except for the
In
poison.
this room right here, last time he got hit pretty good. Almost went down.
That's true. Yeah. Sorry, but you know, on
I'm gonna change my mind on
average.
his run.
Okay, that's fine. So we're free to move, or you still
But
setting up
yeah,
things?
it's and we're probably good now. I just wanted to make sure I changed it back.
Well, they
Yeah,
said-
I'm gonna change my mind on Rictavio and Ezreal though. Just I don't want you to see their numbers, but you can see their bars.
Yeah, they're
Or actually, you can see their greenness. Is that whatever?
Huh, not too
Anyway,
bad,
so
actually.
east of here is a hallway. Right here is a hallway. Make sure that you have a marching order, as always, when you're moving in this kind of area. There are things to that trigger. Well, they're not, I'm not necessarily saying traps, but events. This is a very dense floor.
Well, they said they were held captive over here, right? And
Yeah. These are the cells over here.
Yeah.
And they are basically licking the wounds right now, right?
You, Esmeralda and Rictavio are. You don't know the status of Ken Pativo and all the others. We shall find out.
Alright, listen, just hold,
1 second.
hold position.
Move any further, Lucian?
Yep.
Because something happens already.
Bring it on.
Then,
Just kidding.
give
Don't.
music.
Is it iron golems?
A cloud of poisonous gas seeps through the walls.
It turns into poison golems, which would be pretty bad.
Oh my god, I love it. Poison golems that breathe iron.
No, they're just made of gas, like gas golems who are poisonous. But okay.
Think.
Well, whatever your imagination.
Let me look really quick. I know there's something that happens right when you go near the catacombs. These cells.
You fool!
So-
You should have let me go first to Spider Clan.
Yeah, that means automatically. So you went over this right over here. So you go through. Lucian goes through a. We can move everybody back because this would have happened right away. So we can go like right here.
Oh.
You stepped on a platform in the ground, like a classic Scooby-Doo-esque sort of spinning floor piece sort of thing.
Well,
least
before
something.
you say anything else, I'm sure Michael would be in between me and Lucian. So
Yeah,
as
true.
the marching
But it's still Lucian would. Everybody would stop when seeing this. So Lucian falls and then ends up somewhere else. So you don't know.
you mean visibly
Oh.
fall like I could use?
Yes, through the
feather
floor. Yeah. I don't think that would really do anything in this case. It's a shoot. What happens? The floor tilts aside, and then he falls down, and he's going down a chute. You could see it briefly. It's like a curve,
Oh, it's like
So-
a ramp, not a dip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
not a pit. So if you did Featherfall, he would still go through it.
I
It would
see.
just waste a spell
Yeah.
slot.
Should I roll some
I'll
sort
be
of?
fine.
Oh shit, yeah, is this
Nice.
Oh man, that looks like so much fun.
All right, that happened. Lucian, you are where you are.
Okay.
Don't say anything yet. I'll get to you.
Yep.
Because they're not going to take too long. The others would probably then continue, but they would.
What the,
obviously
well, look down the chute, I assume. Unless
Yeah.
it's closed
Yeah.
again.
It takes let's say it takes a few seconds.
Darius, you want to send your
Let's say it
pet
takes
down?
about 5 seconds after a fall. Like it tilts down, 5 seconds pass, and it tilts back up. It goes like click and then click. So you do have enough time if you want
Sure, like
to put your
just
pet down.
a quick glance, like I'm assuming Lucian's too far away to really help him at this point. No, you said he is where he is.
Like your familiar kind of thing, you mean?
Yeah.
You know, I've not used him for so long. It feels weird to bring him up now. No, just give me a quick description of like what do I see down the chute?
Oh, when you brief sight, you just see a chute that curves like down and then to the right. From that perspective, it would be to the right, or a
here?
southerly direction. Yeah, like that direction, like a southeasterly direction, like that.
Shit, so I can't see the bottom.
No.
Okay, that's a loss.
Well,
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
all continue. There's nothing we can do.
Yep. Let me get some music here.
Okay. So you're not going to use your familiar in this case, Darius? That seemed.
Don't, but wait a second.
I do.
would allow it if you want. I always assume you have it.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, just
I do in character suggest it in case you're saying in character you
You make a
forgot.
very good point, but wait. I'm looking through message right now. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, I cast message.
The range of message. Yeah.
And I'm familiar with Lucian, so it works through despite me not having line of sight.
Oh.
That's,
Intelligence check to see if you think about it soon enough before the door
That's
closes.
yeah, that's fair. Sure.
I mean,
If you
chances are
roll
we
too low, I'm gonna say.
pretty sure
you're
they
like,
get that door to
oh.
open again. I'm not that concerned.
Yeah,
I mean,
that would
it
require.
it would help.
Oh yeah, you're like on it immediately. You're like, oh shit, Lucian. New message.
Lucian, what's up? You can repeat up to 21.
You don't have to
I
shout.
fell down.
No, you can't use the speaking voice.
Yeah, this would technically be within range. He's falling for a time. You have time, I'm gonna say, to give like a 4 or 5 word response. I'm gonna say 5 words. But you haven't reached the bottom yet, so
Oh yeah. Sorry.
yeah.
I'm falling. It'll be fine.
Yep.
I haven't hit the bottom yet.
He says it's fine.
Okay, he's still falling. I'm gonna use the what is it? Thingamajig of Ravenloft, whatever that was called.
The icon of Ravenloft.
Yeah, the icon of Ravenloft. Because we had a long rest, I'm attuned to it, which means I have the secondary powers. Which means I can.
Yes.
Which means I can use the augury ability and basically
Ooh.
ask,
That-
would
yeah.
we be in supreme danger if we also follow down that pit?
Yeah, that's a good question, but let me check really quick to make sure you have enough attunement slots. Yeah, the Ring of Animal Influence does not require attunement, because people have 2 attunement slots. Like only two,
I
can
would
do
have
2 things
thrown
at once.
away the animal one for that attunement. They're far more useful.
So-
No, I know, that's what I'm saying. The ring one doesn't need it, is what I was saying.
Tree
Hearthstone
attuned thing
does.
thing. Thought it was
Sorry.
3.
What's 3? What? Sorry.
3 is your maximum number of attuned items, right?
Oh, I thought it was 2.
3.
Really? I've heard more than that.
That might be a DM specific thing.
Yeah, I
that
think it's a
was- because
DM's
in 2
discretion.
specific games, I saw it. They put it at 2, but in this case, it doesn't matter because 2 of the items that you have don't require it, so you at least have 2, so it wouldn't matter. So yeah, augury is fine. You do it. Let's see. What and the specific question is? What
Would
again?
we
Exactly.
be in extreme danger if we were to follow down that pit that, Lucian Desfell did?
Okay. Yeah, and also in terms of time, I'm gonna need you to do a wisdom check to see if you would know to think about it quick enough as well. This is all a span of 5 seconds.
No,
The door
I'm not.
shuts down, you
I'm
fall.
literally not rushing it. I pretty confident I can get that door to open again, either by thieves' tools or resetting
Okay,
the
so
trap.
the door closed,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you're thinking about this. Okay, all right. That was just making sure that you're not doing it reactively. Sure. Yeah. What otherworldly entity, and what's the means of delivering the message?
It's woe and
Oh,
yay.
yeah. Yeah, it depends on what means. What did you use to use the divination to do it? So you'd have to like role play. What did you do to play the spell or to cast it? Because it requires some sort of like playing cards, and you flip the cards, and they show, oh, this would be a good result, this would be a bad result. So
Really?
yeah, it says that right here. It's like the casting.
I thought
in
there was
the
like
six-
some higher entity sort of telling me. I thought
Yeah,
it was like some.
It's not
Cleric.
a voice. It's like a vision, like a message, either like some sort of like a vision or an auditory thing.
All right,
So if you like a song, I would let you do something like that.
If it is a basic yes or no answer, I guess I like flip a coin and I like associate yes
Yeah.
or no on either side.
Yeah, that's fine. So you call. What do you call? What do you call what to be what? Like what's good? Heads or bad? Heads good or tails?
I guess heads would be good and tails would be bad.
Okay. So then this thing, your coin flips them in the air, and you give it a little bit too much force, and it hits the ceiling, ping pongs around a little bit. You went like really way over, did it? Bounces around the hall.
I'm not the strongest character. I don't know who you.
I know. I'm just fucking around. It bounces around a lot. Dramatic tension. It spins on the floor for like over a second. It's really confusing. You don't know how that's possible. And eventually, though, it lands on heads.
Oh.
The good result. So implying that it would not be
Immediately dangerous. Okay. So he's not in immediate danger.
No, he's
I
not.
guess we can continue without worrying too much about him.
If that's what you want to go about it. Yep.
Or
That
we
is
could. What do you want to do, guys? We can go down there and
Mid-
follow
listen,
him,
we-
or we can try to meet up with him later. I'm sure there's a way to get back to him.
I'm sure he'll be fine.
Where are we heading right now?
We're heading to the
Specifically heading towards
dungeons.
the cellar. Yeah, the
Right.
cells for the prisoners.
Right, so we don't expect to meet straight. Yeah, sure, we can. This is like a cul-de-sac, right? Yeah, we can explore that.
Yeah.
So you tell him we'll meet up with him later. He's not in immediate danger, as far as I can figure.
Unfortunately, I think that message 1 foot of stone. Yeah, collectively, there's too much stone between you.
Yeah,
I thought
I mean, by this point, I'm expecting there to be too much stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you wouldn't be able to contact Lucien again
Well-
using message specifically, unless you opened up the door and then maybe. But that's
But,
if you want to do that. Otherwise, yeah. As far as let me give a better idea what this hallway is like. It's just a hallway. There's a stairwell at the end over here, and you can see the beginnings of stairs down here and here, in the middle of the hallway,
So
flanking on your left.
I would like to do investigations to look out for more traps. Do I have to do that each in individual square, or is it just like the whole, as far as I can see, or is it just the room?
I'm gonna say I'm gonna do 2, 1 for each half, and then I'll say whether you see them or not. 'Cause I don't want to make it too easy or too hard. So.
Okay.
I have a kind of silly idea. Can we just, like, cast Mage Hand and put it where Lucian fell down?
I mean, the problem with Mage Hand is
right.
it doesn't weigh the same as a person. So
Yeah,
That's true. That's true. It would be a
Since the thing just
better.
fell out when somebody stepped on it.
you can
it's
use your
freezable.
Unseen Servant, I think.
My
Yeah, I'm
what
not sure
now?
how that's used different ways, but
Oh, you do. You have
Yeah.
one.
I don't have one. I thought
but
you
anyway,
did.
the investigation finds the trap in front of you, a trap right here on this tile, and then I'm gonna say nothing else right now. So you can see up to this this line right here.
So, do I see any new traps?
No, but let me mark on the traps that you did find, and you can move over them as if, and you know that they're weight based. And I need to be careful.
So I'm gonna
It depends on how
get
much.
in my inventory the bar of soap and sort of like mark the where the trap was, basically like rub it on the floor to.
Yeah, let's mark this out. So there's one trap right there.
Start drawing.
There's another trap right there. And then you could see up to this other. You measured up to the red line in the distance. But I'll get rid of that.
Okay, so we continuously walk around the trap,
Yeah.
because that trap is kind of right in the middle and
Yeah,
awkward
that's
to
fine.
walk in.
You know where it is, so it's fine.
Said, wait, Darius, I need to check for more traps.
Yeah, no, I remember you told me this far, and I'm not that perceptive, honestly. You do it.
Well, stop
Okay.
distracting me, and I can concentrate.
Alright.
That's my excuse for rolling kind of bad.
All right, so you see another trap right here, and I'm gonna say
Oh wait, it's
if you see anything else, I'm just kind of whipping it in my brain.
See? Aren't you
I'm
glad
gonna
I told you to
say-
stop? There's a trap right there.
You don't see any more, but you suspect that there's more.
Okay.
That
Eyes
whole thing,
open,
you can't-
guys. I walk around the trap and
Are these
roll.
like
Yep.
stairs that lead downwards?
Yeah, these stairs here and here lead down.
Huh.
Mhm.
Quick breakaway to Lucian, just for a second. I'm just gonna say, you're in a very dark cell. I mean, nobody else can see this, but you're in a dark cell.
Yep.
It's damp, and there's bones on the floor. It's not great.
Yeah. Definitely
immediately
not
after-
5-star.
No.
Is this a guy? Is this one of the guys that disappeared?
Could you describe how
yes,
he fell, by
across
the way?
is someone that you recognize. He looks in terrible shape. He's slouched against the wall, holding his chest, looking out into into nothing really, just staring blankly out ahead. He's still alive, but he's not in great condition. I don't say anything about his identity, and
Yeah.
Name tag, my name was Earl.
Like,
there doesn't seem like an immediate way of getting out of the room. Like when you fell down the chute, immediately after you fell out of it, like fell down, you kind of like went prone for a moment.
right.
Because of enough force that you would have to do that. And then the thing closed, so you might be able to like push it back open, but getting back up the chute would be nearly impossible.
Yeah, no, I wasn't gonna try to get out that.
So you see there's a bunch of holes in front of you, or not holes, bars, and you cannot move. You cannot see very
since
far.
The
Yeah, go
stun
ahead.
sword's made of like energy, right?
Yeah,
So would I be able to just like take some swings at this gate in front of me?
I would say that it wouldn't like cut through like a lightsaber, but it would. You can do damage it. It would depend on how high a damage roll you rolled, and I would say you'd have to roll. I'd only give you a certain number like of attempts before I would say like you can't try anymore because I can't. I
Okay.
don't want to let you just do it infinitely.
Yeah.
So let's say I give you 4 attempts, and you have to get 3 of them to get completely through, and then maybe
Okay.
a percentage of that might make you be able to do something else. Like you'll be cutting through like a certain number at a time. You need like a certain number
Right.
to get out.
Gotcha. Well, I'm gonna use my crimson, right? Because
I like
Yeah.
that. It makes you a little bit more
Right.
fiery, but like a little bit more heat. That's gonna lower
Yeah,
the DC, so that's good.
then I will go to town on this thing. I see.
Yeah, just roll normal attack rolls. All right, and then damage.
Oh, you've ruined it.
Yeah. All right. So unfortunately, the fourth one rather was bad, but the third one was good. So it's going to be kind of strange. 18. Wow. Yeah, you rolled pretty well. Actually, yeah. Statistically speaking, you rolled very well. So
Hey.
I'm going to say that you, despite like, let's say one of them, you like hit your hand against the wall during your swing. 'Cause you're not normal.
Yeah.
You're not
It's dark in
used-
there, you know.
Yeah, you're not really used to swinging in such cramped conditions, and it's kind of a weird thing you're being asked to do. So like, you take a
Yeah.
swing from right to left, you're like right there, where you are right there, and then when you swing, you like bring your hand down and you hit the wall on the other side and you scrape it, and it hurts. Like, not enough to do damage, just like ow, you like the skin scraped off. Your
Yeah.
but
Fuck, that
then,
hurt.
but then you do cut through it. So let me get rid of some of these holes for you. Get rid of those two. All right. So then you can go through, but then I want you to stop,
Yep, that's cool.
and then I want to push back to the people. All right. So one and Darius and Cole and all the others, you
Okay.
are at these stairwells that go down.
I guess we turn to what these two people, I forget the name, Rictavio and
Yeah. Yep. Esmeralda.
Esmeralda, and say, do you know which way we're going to the dungeon?
Yeah, Esmeralda shakes her head, but Rictavius kind of thinks for a moment and looks at both directions, kind of like rummaging through his memory. Just like because he was dragged, he's trying to like think, okay, when I was dragged, what direction did I go, and all that. And he points to the north, saying that is the direction that he came from when
Okay,
he was dragged out there.
I'll take his word. I once again make another investigation for more traps, and I don't see any traps, and insist we all should go here.
Yep. Let me see. I don't think these doors are locked. Let me make sure. Let me see if they are or not.
Well, they're
I don't
certainly
believe
not
they are.
booby trapped. Certainly not.
Oh, no. Of course not. So let me just make sure if these are locked or not. No, they're not locked.
That was me, like, holding my tools kit in my hand, like, excited to pick a lock, and it's like, no, they're not locked.
Okay,
Um,
so
I will start to
see a
spy
bunch
the
of
climb
cells.
from this moment forward.
sure, you can do that. So you're in the northern dungeon.
Where
Let's
is that
see.
spider
There's
climb?
a description for every one of these rooms. Let's say you want to check like what side first, and we can like go north or south and north, and then like curl around like like this, and then like or we can go the other direction if you want.
What's stopping us from seeing past these points? Are these curtains? Are these doors?
Those are cell doors. Those are bars.
Oh,
that's why they're.
we
kind
should
of
be able to see
spotty.
through bars, surely.
Yeah, but it's just the way the lighting is that it's kind of spotty. You can kind of see through them, but barely. But
I guess
there-
I check the door on my right to
That would
see
make
if
sense.
it's locked.
Cole, you see the signs of a corpse in the one to your left, as well as smell it. Let's see one. Let me see.
I know what.
Yeah, you see a corpse.
Oh,
You
corpse.
can't- yeah, and you can smell death. Some dead person is in the corpse beside you.
There's a dead person in the corpse? Did you just
in the
describe
cell,
it?
yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Okay. Oh, by the way, I didn't say this before. In the cells in general, is about 4 or 5 feet of water. So it depends. Let's say it's deeper on one side than the other, kind of like it's slightly tilted. It's not quite perfect construction, but there is water. Like, it's pretty shitty, like brackish, standing water. So it doesn't smell great in here, and it's not really sanitary.
Are these familiar corpses? Are these our companions we're missing? Are these...
When you go and see this one, you did a perception. No, you didn't miss a perception check. Can you do a perception check to see if you can? Actually, you have a light. Never mind. You don't need to do it. You see that after like peeking through the bars a bit and like moving your head back and forth, you eventually see the face of Pativo, one of the guys that you took with you. Yeah,
Oh, right.
it's the middle-aged man. Went with you. He was the one that had what was his weapon again? A javelin and a mace. Yeah.
How long has he been dead with that medicine check? How long has he been missing?
Yeah, you would know. He's been dead. So you guys were gone for 13 hours. He's been dead for, let's say, 10 or 11.
10 or 11?
Ish. Yeah, more like 9 or 10. So, 9 or 10.
Well, guys, I can resurrect this guy, and within the time, I can do raise dead on this guy, because the only restriction is the time he died is like it has to be before a day's up or something. Oh no, 10 days.
Yeah, it has not. Yeah, there's no way it could be enough time because of you saw him yesterday. So yeah.
But I am fearful that we'll exhaust our magic before we meet Strahd. Is the only concern.
That is.
Listen, one, you do you, but I mean, helping these people all is important and all that, but you're right. Strahd is waiting for us, and he killed a lot of good adventurers.
Yes. You sure did.
I don't know a whole lot about Raise Dead, but if you do use it, will he come back as himself, or is he going to turn into an undead creature?
Well, I haven't used lots, but as far as I know, he comes back in a weakened kind of force, like exhausted.
Yeah.
What's the daily?
He's not undead, but Raise Dead is specifically the spell she's thinking of. And that is not undead, but...
How long after death can you cast that?
10 days.
10 days.
Okay, well, listen, then we just go kill Strahd, and then you resurrect him.
Okay. I'm just thinking, like, how powerful were these guys? Is it worth a 5th level spell to have an exhausted...
Yeah.
Like, guy?
That's your own decision. It's another body, but...
What about,
that is your
what about
choice.
Speak with Dead?
That is also a thing.
Michael, who just showed up, I've seen him do that in the past.
Yes, he can do that if he wants. That is.
Michael, that's a call. Do your thing.
Yeah.
Speak with it.
There's another one here too.
Speak, boy, speak.
We're trying to determine whether
cage.
or not raising these guys doing Raise Dead is worth the 5th level spell slot.
It does not seem worth it to me. Like, they were basically commoners, right?
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they were like slightly trained commoners on par with like guards.
I got, like hunters or something.
Oh yeah, hunters, guards, that kind of thing. They're not great.
I
Maybe
guess...
Machan was a little better, but not.
Yeah, I guess they're not worth a 5th level spell slot. I can come back for them if we prevail, sure.
There's someone.
I would think in character one would want to, but she would recognize that it would take a lot of energy, and she would be. I'm not saying I allow you to do that in character. Like you wouldn't have like this drive, like you have to revive them.
Look, if there was a legitimate time, like I could only resurrect them within this day, I would definitely do it as a good character. Right. But with 10 days, I'm more than okay with.
I like that. You tell them later, like, oh yeah, you died because we were late. Oh, and I didn't revive you right away.
I was also late bringing you back. Sorry.
Well, you know, he's in heaven right now, and that won't, bother him so much. He can have a nice vacation there.
You can just have the rats nibble on them for a little while longer. They won't mind.
Nice. But yeah, so Pativo is in this cell. Darius, you notice another corpse here in this cell. Or maybe it was Cole, but either all the same, you notice another corpse on this side over here.
What's this one's name again? The same name.
It's Kem, K-E-M.
Almost.
Yeah. By the way, in the one that you initially checked, the cell that you checked first, down in the lower right corner, there was a glowing white, like yellow light, and past in the cell and down in the water, through the murky water. I'm
like, that's a bit suspicious, unless that's a pixie that's in prison, which I can't see those bars keeping in place. I'm really suspicious of that.
Some sort of glowing object of some kind.
I mean, it might be
pulsing
magical
very
or
gently,
something.
like a yellow.
Yes, it's... could you mage hand that in better sight there, Darius?
Sorry?
Can you
What did you say?
can you try to use Mage Hand on that glowing light over there to see if we can get a better look at it?
Yeah, sure. I cast Mage Hand and try to Mage Hand touch the thing.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know how much feedback you get through Mage Hand, but
I think you get plenty. Yeah,
it's
30
like
feet.
a physical thing.
Yeah, you let's say you see it and you rummage around and you have tactile ability to some extent where you can like, oh, I found purchase on something, and eventually you kind of pull the mage hand up out of the water and dangling from its fingers is a short sword of some kind.
Ooh,
That
a
is,
glowing short sword. Interesting.
yep. You don't know what it does, but it's glowing. So
It's a
that's
sword. I would surmise it has something to do with stabbing people with.
You can stab. So,
Good assumption.
that's another cell track, right? How about this? I just sit here for 10 minutes and find
Okay.
out what this does, and you explore the rest.
Yeah, you want to ritually identify?
Are
You can do
you,
that if you
are
want.
you able to do that
Um,
on the move by any chance?
It's a ritual cast, so no, I have to stay put. I mean, I can
Okay.
maybe sit here.
Well,
whatnot,
let's
but,
take
you
a
know.
10-minute break. What could go wrong? Darius is separated from the party. There's no problem. Speaking of.
Yeah, Lucian's still.
Lucian's totally there too.
Yeah. But yeah, so you have that. You can do that if you want, but it would take time and
I'm
dilate
just
time, and I
assuming
have to do
that
other things.
looking through the other cell track will also take some time.
Yeah, that actually makes sense in terms of how long it would take to like go to each cell if you wanted to pick them, and how long that would take, and all that. Yeah, it would take.
Yeah,
a bit.
so just imagine
It's a good
that's
thing to
something
start.
Darius does in the background.
Sure, I allow that. You can go do it like in the hallway over here or whatever, so that way you're not in the way. All right. So, yeah, you see Pativo's corpse here, and he's been dead for about 9-10 hours. You see, there's another corpse over here in this corner. Let's see. If you're checking every single cell, I could just go through each one and tell you what you see.
Sure. Do you
unless
want
they require,
an
like, checks.
investigation or something?
It depends on. You have like a light source yourself. It's not really hard to see some of these things. One of the cells is already just open because it's the cell door is like the hinges are rusted so much that one of the top hinge is broke and snapped. It's the one that Cole's right next to right here. That's why this one's open.
Well, it is a fantasy prison. There might be secret entrances in the cells. I look for that.
Okay, we'd have to go in them, but give me a second. So on this.
Wow.
Nice. I will let you do that in a second, but that will be a thing in a moment. Over here, in this cell right here, just north of Pativo's corpse, is another skeleton, like a half-decayed skeleton of definitely an elfish or half-elfish man wearing destroyed or
I
heavily
wonder if he
damaged
starved to
leather
death.
armor,
They were
kind of
only
clinging to the
feeding him
bars.
pineapple pizza.
Great. He's clinging to the bars and just like trying to get out. You can look into the expression of his face and his posture and everything. That he's just trying to force the bars open, but he can't. He's not strong enough. Yeah, and he's just dead. He still has some equipment on him that you can notice. It's hard to see in the bars and all that, but you can still see that he has some stuff on him. Yeah, so you saw this. You identified this body as Kem's body, because you're able to do that because of your investigation check and because of your light source. And then if you want to attempt to open up any of these cells, they could be picked open. They have a key.
No. I'm not going to open that. That might do an alarm spell or something.
Okay. That is reasonable to think. But unfortunately, though, then if you don't open any of the cells, the investigation check, despite it being critical, isn't going to be able to notice any secret doors.
Darius, do detect
that
magic.
require-
Is there any alarm spells in this?
Oh, sure, you can do that. And yeah, if you do that, which you'd have to do it if you have to cast a spell somehow. which Darius is already identifying. So do you have detect magic?
I do not have detect magic.
Sorry?
Sadly.
No, not you, Darius. No.
I wanted detect magic in case these cells had an alarm spell attached to them, which is
For
reasonable.
the sake of making everything simple, do you want to spend a spell slot, Darius? And let's say you did this before identifying the item.
Sure.
Yeah, you have to do a spell slot, but I'll let you do it.
I have all level 1 spell slots, that's not a problem.
Yeah, okay. So let's say he does that, he casts the spell, and I guess it probably would be abjuration if it were anything. Maybe some sort of breaking of a barrier,
Yeah.
I suppose, would make the most sense. But no, there is not any sort of thing down to these cell doors.
Alrighty then.
If they were opened, it wouldn't set off a magical alarm, as far as...
Then I guess I picked the locks of all the cells and another crit apparently. Jeez.
Yeah, that's going to give you 2 doors. Which 2 doors do you want to open?
The ones with the people in, I guess.
Yep. Okay.
I'm literally going to open them all for the sake of that investigation for secret doors, but okay.
I was just giving you 2 for the sake of 1 crit roll.
Okay.
That way you don't have to do too many more.
I'm just doing
if
this.
You fail, like if you got like a 1 or something, you jam the lock.
I'm just going to do this
okay,
in
which one do
reading
you wanna
order
do
then.
next? Okay, so let's say this one up here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There you go.
You got them all open.
Okay. Any secret doors
Yeah,
in
you
the
got 'em
jail
all up.
cells?
All right. And yeah, I'll let you keep the investigation just to keep things moving along. But let me give you some more information about different cells.
I'm really not that fussed about the details of the cells. It's a miserable place to be held.
Right.
You know?
I'm just saying if there's any items or anything. But as far as a secret door, there is one.
Yes.
Yeah, there
There's
is one.
always
to
a
the,
secret
in the
door
north.
in a jail. Yes.
Yeah, you notice that there's something that over here in this cell on the northern wall. There's a secret door. It opens from the other side, however. Yeah.
Oh.
And you don't notice any way that to open it. So like even if you like got a crowbar or whatever, that thing's not opening. This thing is way too beefy.
Does anyone want to post like a trap in front of that? I assume that's an entrance for guards to come through, maybe.
Yeah, technically, some of you guys are. I know you guys are survivalists. So we have some hunting traps in the party somewhere. I'm sure.
Lucian did.
Okay.
I think Darius did. He wouldn't know how to do it, but I think he has it.
If there's no
Yeah,
one with any
Outlander.
traps, I'll just like drop a flask of oil on the ground so they can slip into the wall and hurt themselves. Sure.
Yeah, technically, Darius is an Outlander, and he has one.
He does. I mean, he would give you the trap he still has on him. Mostly for emotional value at this point.
Yeah, you maybe used it for hunting back when you were young, and you used it to catch like a.
Yeah. Mostly it's rusted and not very well kept in shape.
But let's put it down anyway, just because we
Oh.
can. I'll put it over here in the corner, and it'll be like this little, like, essentially a bear trap. If somebody steps on it, it would spike them. It would be hard to see through the water, so yeah, there's a trap near that door. If it were to open, someone would hit it.
Okay.
Um,
So there's.
Hope we don't open it.
Oh, that's
They
a
can't open it from
possibility.
this side. Yeah.
No, if we like went around, we could possibly open the secret door that leads into this room. That's
Yeah,
what
and
I think.
hopefully you don't like fall into the trap or something. That would be funny.
That
But-
would be kind of funny. Yes.
We gotta remember to tell Lucian about this.
Yes. Do you look through any of the cells in any great detail for items or anything, or any thorough investigation for other things, or were you just looking for secret doors and nothing else?
I'll look for items then, seeing as though the hint was kind of there.
Yeah. I'm gonna do the same thing.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. Let's just say you loot the body that I talked about before that was clinging to the door. Like when you swing it open, you swing it closed. He kind of crumbles a bit. And some of his bones float to the surface. I think some bones can float. Probably depends on the bone. But anyway, you see on him that he has a. Let's see. Yeah, I'll just copy paste this. He has a long sword sheathed on his hip, pointing back. He has the two pouches, one containing a few gems and the other having a potion of heroism.
Ooh.
Or technically, it's a potion that you can't recognize right away, but I'll just say, because I already just said it, that...
Well, Cole, you're a potion guy. You want to hold on to this?
Yeah, do an alchemy
yeah.
check with wisdom. Because it has to do the attribute, and then we'll see if you're able to identify it. But you probably will, because it's not going to be hard to determine.
With your alchemy skill, or what's the word?
I got herbalism.
Herbalism. With your
I don't have-
herbalism,
yeah,
I'm sure
I
you
don't-
must have.
I don't have alchemy.
Yeah, but yeah, I think you do your herbalism kit, and you can do
Okay.
like wisdom. That would be good enough. Just to see if you get it.
Nice.
Yeah. You identify that this is a potion of heroism, and you know what those typically do. You can look it up in the compendium. Anyway, so that is done. A lot of the other dungeons, all the other ones are empty except for. No one. Wait. Yes. Right. That's interesting. In the room with the secret entrance, there are a ton of gold coins on the floor. They're very easy. Platinum coins, actually.
I'm sorry. What? I thought you said we couldn't get through that door.
Not past the secret door, in the same cell as the secret door. So the room that you put down the trap in. I forgot about this. There is a ton of coins. Technically 300 platinum pieces.
No, that's not a very good sense illusion roll there. Damn it.
Yeah.
I got a manual of bodily health in the party pocket. Is anybody reading that?
I don't think anybody is, no.
I mean, I kind of use con, but it's not essential. I don't know if anybody else
Yeah,
would
nobody
like to.
called it last time, so I have not given anybody any credit for reading it yet.
I already read the book for wisdom. But if nobody wants this, I'll take it. What is going on in my throat? I'll take it, and I'll read it.
Okay, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's fine. Just know that nobody's gotten any credit yet. Like, you did a long rest yesterday, but didn't get credit for reading.
What does it do again?
It raises your constitution up permanently by 2.
Oh.
I can't believe no one used that yet.
I mean,
Yeah.
that kind of would be good for me.
It would
Like
be.
it, Stu?
It would be better for you than Cole, but that's up to the side.
I mean, now that we can see our numbers, I have the lowest HP.
Oh yeah.
But you're in melee a lot more than me, so.
And he also takes damage to get some of the special abilities. He has to hurt himself to get some of his special abilities.
I think it would benefit you more. Because, I mean, if I get injured, I can just wild shape into something else and be at full HP.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
you're
right,
also
that's
not
true.
thinking about con checks for like maintaining spells as well. Is also a consideration.
He has the
But Cole does have advantage. He has Warcaster.
Yeah.
So
Never mind.
I personally, as a recommendation, think that Lucian would have better advantage of it.
When
Yeah,
we
I would
fight
argue
each
that
other.
book is for like barbarians and fighters,
Okay.
like
Mhm.
people who need
Yeah.
more health than
For
other.
So
boys.
are
Okay.
we gonna retcon that he used it? That during the long rest?
We're gonna No, we're not gonna do any because of that happen. I'm not gonna be that generous, and not to mention
Yeah,
it
it
won't
would
matter
take
anyway.
forever.
You guys
Yeah,
are not
it's
gonna be. You're not gonna be spending that many long rests
Yeah.
unless something
Yeah,
seriously goes
because
wrong.
the book I read, I think you said it took five
I
times.
think it was
to do
5. I think it was 5
Yeah,
long rests.
no.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. But
That
anyway,
could be something for next.
so Yeah, if we can like say after the campaign, and if you survive, that you get 2 more permanent constitution.
Yeah.
What does it matter? You get
You
killed
found
by
So,
you get killed by a hawk guy.
as
Oh no, that's Michael's character. I'm sorry.
player, where is Lucian?
Oh, he got
Lucian
separated
fell
from
on a
us.
trap.
Yeah.
And yeah, I got separated. That's why you don't see him.
Oh,
But you said
And
his
also
was
why we
fine.
have-
um,
You know he's fine.
Yeah.
And you even did like an augury spell to check like is he in danger, and he's not. So yeah. Anyway,
okay.
you can add 300 platinum pieces to the party pocket, I guess. That'd be what you normally do. They're in a big pile. Your investigation, you rummage through them, they feel real.
Well,
Um,
I'm
pick one up
thinking
and you look at it.
because one's very paranoid. She knows. Even with the investigation, should we just wait until after to pick up treasure? It's
No.
That's
Treasure now.
You want,
okay. If
whatever you want.
If you want to go ahead, I mean, don't blame me if you get, I don't know,
Nah, I'm
booby
not
trapped
there.
in the face.
Yeah, you guys can decide whether you want to take it or not. But all the same, there is a big pile there. You can add to the party pocket or just leave it there. It's technically 3,000 gold.
I guess I suggest why don't Lucian mage hand it over? Not Lucian, Darius mage hand it over, like piece by piece in the pocket. But then he's concentrating on that friggin' spell again. Sorry.
Yeah, and remember, you can go in this room. This
I
is
go
the
in
room
the
where it
room.
is.
Hey.
In the room.
Yeah, you guys had to go in there to put the trap down anyway.
Yeah, you step on the coins, essentially. That's what I was saying. You opened the door, you had to put the trap down. That's where you found the secret door and all that.
Huh.
They're just in a big pile.
Michael doesn't care about the platinum pieces, but he recognizes one's
Caution.
hesitant way of going about things and just says, fuck it, we're not doing this again. I walk into the cell and I throw it into the party pocket, and unless I am hindered or incapacitated by anything else, I do just that, and I just look at her like, stop pussyfooting around.
Nice.
No.
Yeah, you can add 3,000 gold to your or 300 platinum pieces to your inventory if you want. That's fine, unless everybody stops them because he thinks they're stealing or whatever.
It's easy
And
for you,
then
Michael.
I
You already have
sit back.
You already have a shoe in with the afterlife. You're fine if you die, right?
Yeah, you will notice that prior to coming to the Castle Ravenloft, Michael seemed more alive, more. I don't want to say, expressive, but here he is just back to being stone cold. Yeah, he is on the hunt.
Yep.
And he is focused on one thing.
Treasure?
A wascally vampire.
Yep. Alright, so there is nothing else in this northern cell area. So I figure you guys want to go to the other one now. That'd make the
Did that take 10 minutes?
Yep.
not yet.
Okay.
It took a amount.
You
but
tell
not.
me.
Yep. Alright, so who's gonna go through the door first?
I'll go ahead and do it then.
Well, since Lucian's not here, Michael would just kick down the door.
Go.
You pushed
But
it
before that happens,
away.
before that happens though, because a little bit of time like lapsed.
Yeah, Lucian has
Going back
10
to-
minutes to do stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, a little time has passed that you guys were searching the other room. So Lucian is here, and he exits after cutting through the bars with his sword. He sees this person. He comes up to it, and he recognizes it as Mokshan, the remaining guy that you guys brought. He's critically wounded.
Yeah, just tell him, I'm like, dude, you look like shit. And I hand him one of these stews, 4d4 healing potion
Nice. Okay.
through the bar.
I will roll it.
And then I ask him, is there anyone else in here? Or is it just you?
Wow, that is almost the worst roll possible.
Wow.
Yeah, that's garbage. I'm not. There's no cutting around
Inspiration.
it. That's terrible.
Yeah, that's awful.
He sips it and it's like extra bitter and he's like, oh wow. He then he's like holding his chest. It closes quite a bit, but he's still wounded in many places. It's not complete, obviously.
Yeah.
He's like looks up at you and he tries to smile.
Is that why you
Then when he
name dropped
recognizes
Cole
what-
in case it was a bad roll? It's like, yeah, this is a terrible potion.
Yep, it's all Cole's fault. He bungled that one. He put a bit too much of the one ingredient. Came out really sour.
So I use commercially grown instead of.
Yeah.
Organic. Yeah.
I was low on gold. I had to save some money.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Sometimes you gotta cut corners, you know.
Yeah,
preserve it.
that costs.
Yep. Like, does that taste like xylitol?
They're pennies.
Anyway, he's clutching his chest. He looks up at you. He forces us. He smiles at first until he recognizes who it is, and then he gives you a glare of frustration of recognizing that, oh, it's you. You guys kind of screwed me.
Shit, I can leave you in here if you'd like.
He doesn't say that. He just has this look of anger, and he slowly raises himself up in the water, and he's like stands up, and he kind of squeezes out his clothing past his armor, so that's not nearly as damp. It's gonna be pretty much impossible at this point.
Yeah.
He says he kind of motions his head toward the lock, and says, "Can you get it open?" He doesn't really say anything else. He's very cold.
Well, I don't have a key, but I do have a gun. And I tell him to scoot back in the cell. I'm gonna try to shoot the lock off.
Yeah, he gives you yeah, you can do that, but he gives you like a perplexed, like a look of concern and worry. But he kind of looks at you and he steps back slowly, kind of still holding one of his sides, and then he tries to cover his ears with one arm.
Ricochet on the one.
You gotta make sure you roll well, or this might be bad.
Yeah. Well, I don't have. I'm not the kind of lock picking kind of guy. So.
Yeah, this will be funny.
is
Okay, good. I was really hoping it was gonna be a 1 and you just kill him.
Just kill him.
Yeah, you slip on something, and then the gun goes through the bars, and you pull the trigger, and he's dead.
Blows it off. So roll damage. Let's see if you roll high enough. You rolled a 4. That is good enough. So yeah, I'm gonna say, yeah, you hit the lock, it goes through it, it breaks the lock, and then you have to like jiggle with the lock, like you have to grab the bar and like shake it.
Oh yeah, I do that.
It's not easy to do.
Remnants.
Yeah, you have to like pull it and it like breaks, and like this thing's kind of rusty and it squeaks on the hinges and all this. It's kind of a loud and yeah.
Well, I did just
Not
shoot
very
a gun.
subtle. Yes. Also, when this happens, you guys immediately hear a gunshot from the other room to the south. But let's say, for the sake of time, that it happens like as you're going toward the door of the store. So then he kind of wades his way through the water after you force the door open, which I gotta do.
And I ask him again, is there anyone else in here, or are you the only one?
He says, I don't know where the others are. And he kind of looks away from you, kind of looking again blankly in some direction, and he looks at this troubled expression of like trauma or fear, and
I
he
come over and I
shakes
put
his head momentarily.
I come over and put my hand on his shoulder and I say, "Don't worry, we'll at least bring their corpses back if we have to. And then we'll bring them back." And then
It kind of gives you a kind of a look of gratitude and frustration, and he just kind of just shakes his head and says, anyway, let's get out of here. And he falls behind you. By the way, their wounds are consistent with torture. Like, as far as how they were killed and what was done. Like, your medicine was 20. That was enough to say, like, oh, yeah, these guys were just straight up tortured.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking, like, slowly inserting blades, like, an inch into their side. And from
forced to watch an Uwe Boll movie over and over again.
Yes. Very unpleasant. Yeah, in general, that these guys were brutally tortured, and some of them died as a result. Machan survived purely by his own ability and willpower. Yes, but I want to say, as you leave and you kind of go through and you go down there, I'm going to say Machan is right behind you. You get it right around there, and then the door opens from the back behind you. A bit more urgency than you might have thought. And you see
I was going to say, before we do anything, are you going to tell us about the sword? Or?
We're not, hasn't been 10 minutes yet.
Oh, okay.
I will let you know. It will be probably after this swing. Actually, it will be after this swing. But anyway, so Michael bursts through the door, and you see Michael.
Hey, guys.
How
are you?
Hello. Yeah, I heard a gunshot.
That was me.
Yeah, you see Machan holding his side, like with his right arm, he has it to his left side, underneath his ribs. He looks in really bad shape. And he nods at you all when he sees you.
Yeah.
At one, he actually he wouldn't know this. Technically, we're kidnapped, so they don't know about this, but he does. He just looks at you all with a slight frustration because he took so long to get here and he's disappointed. But
oblivious to his expression of how long we took, I hold up my hand in anticipation.
Yeah.
That he gives me his number.
Oh, he actually takes it out of his pocket and he shoves it into your chest. Do a strength check.
Do a strength check, okay.
Oh, yeah, I don't. I was about to put my hands on him, and then that happened. I kind of back up, like, oh, what?
Yeah. Let's say you're touching him on one arm with your hand, and then with the other arm, hits the one that he was holding his side with. He reaches out, and he like, as he's pulling the number out of his pocket, he pushes one in the chest hard enough that she goes back into the bars. But you manage to stay standing, and he shows it. It's genuine.
Wow, you look like you've been weakened recently. I can't imagine how that happened.
Yeah, and he shows all the same signs. He's got, like, bruised face that consistent with punching. He's got very specific stab wounds all along his stomach, so they probably were all tortured in a very similar way. But as you all are talking, and Lucian is heading this direction, kind of looking back over his shoulder in like a half turn to you all, he notices out of the corner of his eye somebody out of the movement out of the corner of his eye pass through one of the bars, and you hear mumbling and kind of the sound of sobbing.
There's a guy here, guys.
Yeah, there's somebody else here that you don't know right now. Yeah, let me give Machan more health.
There you go.
Alright, so he's almost good.
Oh, man, very sad to see that 10 points of HP was that much.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, yeah, actually, I want to show you guys his health because that makes sense. So
yeah, you are not long for this life, my friend.
Oh God, why are you here? Oh Jesus!
He was just at 10 out of 24, and then
It was the sick, twisted individual that coerced you all to be here.
Who knows?
But this guy in the actually, I forgot to do this. Let me
If only we could see their health bars before we entered this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just never did that because I forgot about that.
Yeah.
You guys,
It's
their,
fine. We're just joking. It's
Yeah,
Anyway,
they'll be fine, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, you listen. You hear this mumbling and sounds like crying, sobbing. It's not. It's kind of muffled. It's not like this guy is openly weeping and wailing. But you see, it's a dark-skinned man. I would say fairly handsome. He's got his hands behind his head, and he's like leaning kind of forward on his knees, like hunched over. He's probably sitting on his haunches with his feet on the floor, using the water to kind of help him sit up.
From what I can see, he kind of looks like Will Smith.
Kind of, yeah. And then he's just kind of staring out in front of him. That's something that you can't quite see until you come around the corner further, if you want. And then you see a corpse floating in the water. Unrecognizable right now. It's got a shirt draped over it, and you notice that he's shirtless. And it's consistent with his pants color, so probably his. Yeah, it's a female body. You can tell by the shape of their hips and such, floating in the water.
Who are you? What are you doing here? And who's the unlucky?
He doesn't respond immediately. At first, when he hears a voice and he sees you, because I'm gonna say you don't have your sword out right now. You're just going off of dark vision /
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because unless you say otherwise, I'm gonna assume it's out. Or yeah, on your waist. Anyway, he jerks like frightened. Like the first moment, he's like jerks and like into the corner a little bit, and he looks up at you, in your direction, and he says, "Who's there? Who's there?"
I'll do the slow lightsaber. You know, it comes out of the base and just lights up and lights my face up.
He's still he's getting more of a mortified. Yeah, his expression changes from concern to that one of genuine fear, and he's like, I don't recognize you. Are you with Strahd?
Well,
and you see his face is pained. He's been crying for a long time. He looks emotionally distraught, like broken.
No, I mean, I was, coming here to kill him. So if that was what you were doing, we have a similar goal.
He blinks for a moment, kind of shaking that head, and he says, "No, not exactly." And then he slowly stands up and tries to brush himself off, as you would expect, and says, takes a big sigh, and says, "I came here to speak with Strahd, to try to negotiate, to work out some sort of deal."
You didn't have a bride you were offering him, did you?
You're the werewolf. Huh. We heard about you.
You actually say that?
Yeah, that's what I say. Yeah.
Okay, then he's gives you a raised brow, and he says, "You have?" He's kind of confused. He doesn't understand.
Yeah, your wife was coming here to look for you. Haven't seen her though. Yeah, I haven't seen her though. Oh wait. Oh.
Yeah. And then he.
I don't think you should have mentioned that part.
Yeah.
Yeah. He tilts his head to the side as you're speaking, and then his eyes widen and his expression hardens to that of pretty substantial anger. And he says, "You were the ones that sent her here? She wouldn't have went here all by herself."
I mean,
well, actually, she kind of did come here by herself.
We literally tried to convince her not to, but she insisted.
Yeah, that's the truth. But he doesn't know that. He's belligerent. His fists are clenched into white knuckles, and he's just glaring at you. And then he points down and at the corpse and says, "She tried to find me, but Strahd got to her first. She was no match for him and his cronies.
Did you?
When did she expire?
Yeah, I raised my hand and I just tell Lucian, maybe we don't need to dig into this, but there is one thing we can offer this man,
Yeah,
and
talk
that
to the
is
dead. Here we go.
vengeance.
Oh, yes, we can offer some sick vengeance.
We have to assure that it's not aimed towards us prior to opening his. I'm whispering to Lucian at this point.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
have to
that's fine.
ensure
He
that
doesn't hear it.
it's prior to opening the cell that it is not directed at you guys. I don't know who this man is. I don't know who you're talking about. I wasn't
Yeah,
there,
you wouldn't.
but I
Yep.
can read the situation well enough that you guys essentially fucked up and let this lady come here by herself.
Essentially.
Let
Yeah.
me talk to him real quick, and I'm going to try to persuade this individual that I can restore him back to full health, and we can offer him vengeance against Strahd, and if he so chooses to join us or go straight towards him, it's no matter to me. If I need to throw a pawn at him without the rest of the party, that's fine. I don't care
Yeah.
if this man is on a suicide mission.
Yeah, that's for what you say. I understand. Persuasion check. Obviously, it would need to see how convincing you are. Because he doesn't know you, and you're approaching this from a less emotional place because you don't know him. It all works out. 17, yeah, is enough that he still is looking at Lucian for his revelation, and looks back at her and says, "She's I don't know how long she's been dead. When they threw her in here, she was barely alive, and I could do nothing. And I just tried to comfort her until she bled in my arms. There is no one else in the world I want to see dead than Strahd."
Can I roll medicine? Well, I doubt it's been within a minute of her passing, and I'm
Not
unable
at
to
all.
revive her.
She's definitely been dead longer than the others.
Yeah.
Okay.
Way longer.
Okay.
So like a week, maybe.
You would have to do a medicine check to be able to tell how long it's been, but it's been a lot longer than by comparison. So like she's really bloated and gross. It's actually kind of gross as a situation. Like the water is brackish and she's all really gross, like black skin, like dark black necrotic skin and bloating and smells terrible and typical
So she's
terrible.
dead.
She's super dead. She's been dead for a while, quite a while.
Days.
I can raise her if it's been within 10 days.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Right.
I have a scroll.
Yeah, you guys can. You'd have to check to see how long it's been. Remember that you did see her way longer than 10 days ago. So it's very possible.
How long?
Oh yeah.
How long was it?
Yeah, it's
As far as
been a
how long
while.
it's been since you guys spoke to the werewolves and spoke to her and all that. I'm saying it's 100% been longer than 10 days.
Yeah, that was when Bjor was still in the party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So before the Amber Temple, before all that, it was a while. So, yeah, I don't know the exact time, but longer than 10 days as far as how long she's been gone, how long she's been dead. That will take a medicine check. You also need to get in there. That will require getting in there. All the stuff that is normal.
I think one would be a solution to both of those.
I'm
I
just waiting
would,
for Michael to see if he wants to try medicine, because I don't want to stop other people from rolling.
Right, but no one could do a medicine check sufficiently from that distance.
Yeah, I would.
Unless it's like a crit.
That
or
is my
something,
third crit!
Oh, it's almost a crit.
Oh, it's a
Almost
19.
crit,
I
yeah.
almost-
32. Even from far away, you can tell that she's been dead for more than 10 days.
It's
Damn.
been
She
more than
probably,
10 days.
yeah, concluding she probably got here and died in short order. Like she got here and died almost immediately.
So I say, like,
Um,
I'm sorry, there's There's nothing I can do. Just...
Except pick this lock so he can come get his vengeance.
Oh
and
yeah,
start with
yeah,
us.
that's a good idea.
Yeah, essentially that's other than healing him.
Getting
We can
vengeance.
only give
Yeah.
him vengeance. Yeah, that's all we
Yeah.
can offer.
Go to
Yeah.
the bars. I'll hand
He-
him my other.
He looks at
potion.
her and says, I had not expected any other outcome. I need to see him dead. And you could see like this bottomless, seething hatred in his eyes that just, if it was laser beams that can cut through anything, just
Sure.
unimaginable
probably,
anger.
like, growling and snarling too. Yeah.
Yeah, his werewolf instincts are also coming out. You can see he seems a bit more bestial, like his teeth, his incisors are lengthened.
If we let you out, are you just gonna run off ahead of us, or are you gonna stick with us and fight together with us?
If you take too long, I will.
I mean, we're going
I'll stay
straight
with you.
to him. I'm just concerned you're gonna run off.
I
In fact, are you
I'm
able
not,
to? Are you able to track him? Like, use your werewolf instincts to sort of locate his position, his smell and whatnot?
shakes his head and says, "That's beyond my abilities, but I would still be able to help in my other form."
Okay.
In combat.
I was unfortunately unable to even locate him with my magical ability, so I doubt a primal sense would be hindered as well.
Yeah, you don't know this, but he used the non-detection spell, and the non-detection spell goes against all means, not just magical. Anyway, 13 is enough with some force. And you look a little bit incompetent because you take a little long, but you eventually.
Well,
Hurry up, one.
Well,
We don't have all evening.
Well, these two guys just give me some room. Maybe I can get at the lock easier. Jeez.
Nah, I have to
Eventually,
be here to give him his potion.
Yeah, eventually though you do get it open. You can heal him however you want. He has. Let me get him up. I can also give. Actually, because he's an NPC type and not like a regular family member, I'm not going to give you his bar. You can just see that he's hurt.
Sure.
I'll give him my last.
I
Let's
got
do it.
healer's kit. I could just perform on him first. That might be sufficient.
Oh,
Yeah, whatever
Okay.
you guys want to do, you can do as far as healing him.
I figured potion.
Nope.
All right.
Whatever.
Oh, I didn't apply the healing to the other to Machan. Okay, then that's what that was. So anyway, Machan has full health then,
I thought.
and this guy has.
I thought you did
uh,
apply it to that guy, but okay.
No, I didn't. I applied the 10 from the healing hands, and then he had 20 or
Ah.
24.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the 8 then puts him well over that. Anyway, so Emil, he hasn't introduced himself, but you know him as Emil.
Yep.
As you leave, he says that's his name.
He still looks pretty hurt.
Yeah.
He is fairly wounded, but not critically.
I'm
I'll stick
gonna
with the potion.
I'm
Oh, unless
gonna
you have-
cast 2 things. Well, how many potions do you have?
I just have the one left.
Okay, yeah, save that. I have 2. I will. Yeah, I'll cast Cure Wounds, and I will also get. See if I can.
Yeah, if you have any other potions or whatever.